how are you feeling?
Relatively a lot going on.
Well, I mean, health-wise.
Yeah.
You went to the dentist today at what time? Tooth hurty?
Oh.
You like that one?
The episode's over.
I had to bring the banger initially.
This is actually the last episode of the podcast.
We can close up the book. We can close the book right there. Tell me how your teeth are feeling, and then we got to talk about shot number 2, man, and how it went for you.
Dentist, anticlimactic, or maybe a little bit climactic as far as a dentist appointment could be. Because first of all, the reason, nothing spectacular. Just I hadn't gone last year because of the whole pandemic. So time to pop in, check out these teeth.
Do you have? Can we expand on that before we get to the second part, if you don't mind? Do you have dental insurance?
Well, that's a key part to the story. So I get the guy through ZocDoc, whatever. I pull up to the place. It's very close to my home, so I just walk over 5 minutes. Go in. They actually had like the secretary, the like receptionist, I should say. She was virtual. It was just a screen. So
sick. Is this like a city MD kind of thing?
I mean, just a dentist's office, just some normal dentist office. I don't know. And so I'm with the virtual receptionist. I give her my info. Yeah, here's like my insurance ID, blah, blah. I get in there. They're giving me the x-ray. I got my teeth on the thing. And then I hear her yelling from her like iPad over there, like, this is medical insurance, blah, 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 like, which I had provided. Look, I've been rocking this insurance for a couple of years only. It hasn't been too long.
Is it all wrapped in one?
Yeah, it's a bundle through just the obvious choice through my employer, right?
Okay, sure.
Last time, this is just like off my notes. Like I don't actually have the card because they didn't send me one. So like, here's the ID. Oh, can I check this? Can I check that? Meanwhile, like I'm like wearing like the bib. Like I'm still mid like procedure.
So they came to you that your documents weren't like in line right before you were about to get.
Yeah, I had just given them, got the go ahead, took 5 minutes to do all that, sit down, had already done it through the app and whatnot, and then just like, oh, there's an issue. Right as it hits 5 o'clock, so I can't get in touch with like my HR at work and like the benefits people.
Strict 9 to 5, of course.
Strict 9 to 5.
Yeah.
We're talking literally. I dialed by like 4:58. I got connected to HR at 5, and at 5 it said hours are 9 to 5.
Yeah,
and you can only do it. So I go back and I tell her, she's like, "This issue? No."
Okay.
No.
Wait, no, what? Was an issue?
Yeah. So I go back to speak to the virtual receptionist, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not sure what we can do. Here's the thing: it would cost like $700." I'm like, I'm not paying $700 to like go get someone to like look at my teeth. Like it's fine. I brush them. I floss them. They're fine.
Right.
And I was just like, look, I'm just leaving.
Okay, waste of a trip.
Yeah, so I just bounced. I got a text from her though.
You know what? It's what, like an automated text?
No, like she sent
a sincere text. Peter, I'm
like,
really sorry about what happened there. So in Norway, they have free healthcare, correct? I am 95% sure they have free healthcare there, and I can only imagine what a world would be like if you didn't have to think about making a healthcare payment each and every month of your life and signing up for some service that like you hopefully never use, but you have to spend an extraordinary amount of money each month just in case you need to use it. You know what I mean? If you go to the hospital and you have 2 broken legs, that's going to be easy. It's going to be $10,000 with no health insurance. You know what I mean?
Who's running around with 2 broken legs? Who's just wheelbarrowing into the doctor's office with, hey, sorry, I was...
Well, who knows, man? Who knows? Kids in the city these days, riding skateboards and whatever. So you had a pretty serious COVID shot.
Yeah.
COVID shot. I guess what was it? Just a reaction to it? Is that how we can explain it?
I mean, nothing like it was kind of. I expected to be sick. That's like what they're telling me.
Did you get Moderna?
Yeah, Moderna.
Well, I wasn't sick, but go ahead.
Well, look,
I just
man,
had that fucking arm.
Crazy how we have different DNA.
Yeah, true. Okay, fair enough. I got the good stuff.
Yeah, they just it was actually crazy because there was no line this time. First shot, it was like a whole thing, like line wrapping around the block.
Me too. Where'd you go for your shots?
Somewhere in the Bronx, Jessup Avenue, some like gymnasium. I don't know.
I literally went to a gymnasium also in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But sure.
Okay, yeah, so they had me in the gymnasium. I'm the only one there. Everyone comes through like I'm VIP. I slide up. I was like, left or right?
What you are.
Yeah,
Came
she's
in
like,
with the limo, sunglasses.
Hey, what's up? I'm here for shot number 2. I'm about to be reinserted into society once you insert that needle into my shoulder.
Insert
you know what I'm saying?
baby.
And she's like, all right, let's do it. Left arm, right arm. I was like, I don't care. Just slide it in me, baby. Let's go.
You told her that you were a righty. You were like, I've got a mean curveball.
I told her, look, this ain't no southpaw. You better.
You were like, I'm having a catch with Ted in Central Park shortly.
Hey, today.
Date is not set yet, but shortly.
Yeah.
So careful on the right arm. Daisy.
Let me tell you something. It will not be short the distance I throw the ball. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to take yourself a jog.
We're doing like at least a 90-foot toss. That's where we're gonna start off, maybe for you, or maybe we'll come in a little bit closer and then we'll go further. I don't want you to hurt your shoulder, but you are also a stud pitcher, so I'm very.
You don't know. Maybe I'm trash.
Confident.
How do you know?
Well, the way you've talked about it. You know what? I actually haven't Googled your pitching stats yet. Guys, can you please Google Peter's pitching stats? Yeah. Peter Moran, Wheaton, Illinois, class of 2016?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so guys, please Google that and then let us know. TedJonesWorld@gmail.com. Sorry, man, before I forget about this, we are recording now on Mondays and Thursdays. No longer we are recording Saturday. We're making everything nice and compact and tight so you guys will get the most content. And Peter, I wanted to tell you also, I got 2 separate emails totaling $80 to put into your poker fund. So we need to figure out how we're going to manage that, and then going forward, how people should really be reaching out to you in terms of how to make money.
Yeah, I mean, if you want more details, just hit me up, DM me on anything.
Yeah, I'm Peter Moran.
Yeah, I'll explain it all to you, and hopefully we all get rich.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the point. So go ahead. You were talking about COVID.
So she slips it into my shoulder. I feel a slight wave of euphoria.
No, did you?
My pants tighten and then wet, and no. So I go out to. Then I sit in the gym for 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm good, right? Yeah, I'm good. Oh, wait.
Wait. They didn't send you to the auditorium? They just let you send the gym?
No, the gym. There was
from the gym to the auditorium?
The gym to the gym. There's like the back gym, the front gym,
The back part of the gym, right?
The place where you sit in your chairs and you stare at the wall.
Yes, exactly.
So I hit the 15 minutes. All right, I'm good. Hop on the subway. I was like, I'm not feeling great. Maybe I'm going to take an Uber. Uber was $129.
But you really didn't feel well after 15 minutes?
I felt lightheaded.
Okay.
I was like, I should take an Ubs.
Damn. And this was an expensive
But it was
choice.
$129, so I'm not gonna rock a $129 Uber from the Bronx. I don't care if it takes me 75 minutes to get home.
I was like, you might as well go to a Michelin star restaurant, your favorite.
I might as well jump off this bridge before I drop that kind of money.
Exactly.
Seriously. And I don't even know how, and now I got a bum shoulder. So anyway, I get back. I'm like, all right, I'm all right, right? I'm all right.
Yes, you're freaking Peter Moran. You're like, I'm Peter Moran.
Yeah, I am Peter Moran.
Literally.
Just like Chuck Bass.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it's me. It's a me. And I get back like, all right, let's, you know what? I'm just posting up for the night. Let's toss on House of Cards. Let's binge these next 5 episodes.
It was Thursday?
It was Friday night.
Friday.
Not
Yeah. It was funny that you got the shot on Friday night, too. You were like, let's get the shot, and then disco. We're going out the rest of the night.
Well, the first shot was on Friday because I got it. I was like, let's see if I can get the shot. Schedule it. Oh, it's 15 minutes from now. That was how I got the first one. Then next one,
you got it on the app, on the phone?
Yeah. Okay. Next one, 4 weeks later, automatically. So it's like, it's Friday, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what? I just wasted about 52 weekends due to this thing. I can waste one to get out of it. So there I am, Friday night, posted up on the couch. It's all right. I go to sleep. I'm like, you know what? This isn't bad. I'm just very tired. I'm going to be fine tomorrow. I'm literally going to be fine. This is nothing. I was concerned about nothing. I feel fine. Yeah. Wake up several times because, I'm just hydrating. So I have to, relieve myself several times. One of the times I'm waking up, coming back from the bathroom, I was like, wait, this isn't just groggy tired. I feel horrible right now. I feel terrible.
Can you describe it a little bit?
I just I had the flu, like horrible shivers and chills and everything aches and my head is throbbing and I can't think straight and I'm coughing, all that. So yeah, like I just sleep the morning away. I'm drenched in sweat, and then I'm freezing. And I got the covers up over my head. Just a horrible fever.
Freezing then hot, freezing then hot, freezing then hot.
Finally, get like Uber Eats to like drag a smoothie to my door. I army crawl out of bed to reach this and just let it slide down my face and into my gullet until finally I have enough nutrition in me that I can gulp down a few
Ted
Advil.
Jones back. Okay, right.
I can gulp a few Advil down and just like a miracle drug. I'm a functional, just barely hanging on
So
by a
Advil
thread.
helped.
It helped massively. I was still, useless. I didn't exit the couch the whole day. But
Peter, it was Advil
took
though,
me-
to make sure it wasn't Tylenol. It was Advil.
It was
for sure?
Advil,
Okay.
but I also took Tylenol later.
Oh, okay.
So, but, I mean, whatever. If it's a painkiller over the counter, you know
yeah,
what?
whatever.
Just put it down my
Bada bing,
throat.
bada boom, right.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about many things.
Yeah, I mean, just put it down my throat.
Yes.
Exactly. So, post up on the couch for the day.
Uh-huh.
Sunday, slightly better, not great,
So I'm tending to think that you had the coronavirus then for 2 days. Is that what they say? Is that they inject you with it and now you have it for 2 days? Is that kind of what the vaccine is? 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't even freaking know. All the all the anti-vaskers, all the anti-maskers who happen to be
Vaxxers.
anti-vaskers. That's a tongue twister, man.
Huh?
If you think about both of them, try thinking about both of them.
You
and then
don't sound like
talking
you have
about
that
it.
nimble a tongue.
If you're an anti-masker or an anti-vaxxer,
How's
it's the
the-
same fucking shit. It's tough.
Could you tie a cherry in a knot with your tongue or like undo a starburst?
Doesn't that mean you're like a good kisser? If you could
Just
do
good
that,
with
I've
your
heard of
tongue,
that.
however you wanna
well,
use
I don't
that.
know. We can test out if I'm good with my tongue. We can get a cherry. Yeah. We
yeah.
can get a stick. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. What were we talking about before
You
I got
were
very
trying to blow me.
sexually aroused? What was the topic on that? We were talking about anti-masker
Oh,
and
right.
masker. Oh, yeah. So they're all saying, the people who are anti-vax are talking about how there's all this shit in the vaccine, whatever it is, rat poison, the usual stuff that's in all these ingredients that we swallow on a day-to-day basis, whatever. We are I'm just trusting that it's not a microchip. But I also don't give a shit if it's a microchip.
Yeah.
If I don't get COVID now and I can proceed about my life, we've talked about this in the past, shoot it in me, pal.
Yeah, dude, you can take a finger if you want. If I get to go back to living my life, pick a finger. Just ideally not, the thumb, and I'm good to go. It's a fair trade. I would have given up 3 toes to undo COVID. Yeah.
To undo COVID?
Yeah.
What do you mean? So instead of the vaccine, if they were like...
No, not instead of the vaccine. I mean, like the first day of COVID, hey, none of this is ever going to happen, but here go 3 toes. I'm like, it's a trade.
Or on like the first day, they make an announcement. They're like, look, everybody has to wear a mask the rest of their life, or we chop off 3 toes.
3 toes.
Right now.
I was thinking I just lose them pain-free, but even if I had
Like
to
frostbite.
deal like meat cleaver just hacking the toes off, it's still a fair trade.
Right.
So imagine how thrilled I am to just have a horrible fever for 2 days instead of losing 3 toes. I did lose a year of my life, but whatever.
So you had it pretty good compared to, I guess, some of the people that I know that had the Moderna shot. You had like a pretty good fever, and it was like a real sickness.
I know. I
situation.
was feeling like garbage. The other thing is I haven't been sick in over a year. I'm wearing the mask. I'm staying inside. Like I forgot what it's like to not feel like an
100%
optimal piece of
meat
machinery.
Did you expect that you were gonna get sick?
Yeah.
You were kind of expecting it mentally.
Yeah, I was prepared. I didn't expect Sunday to be out, but I planned for the weekend to be non-eventful.
So, I mean, you didn't have an eventful weekend this past weekend, but
Yeah.
the weekend before that, did you go to Coney Island?
Not even the weekend before it. Wednesday. The Wednesday.
The midweek before that?
Yeah, a little bit of Hookie.
You're a mysterious guy, man.
Trust me.
Going to Coney Island midweek Hookie, please tell us about it.
It's it was like a midday, mid-Wednesday. Beautiful day, by the way, like high 82. Went out there. Former guest of this podcast, Katie Morrissey, episode like 93 or something, joined me in the trip to Coney Island, and it was also like 64 degrees probably. It was supposed to be 82, and we get there, and it was like sweaters on. Like this isn't even remotely warm. We're here to like go to the beach, like
What
like
episode
do a
do you
thing.
say, by the way? For
I said like
Katie?
93.
92, close enough, very close.
We're
okay,
close.
so it's just you two. You guys went to Coney
Yeah,
Island.
went the whole deal, like cheese fries, hot dogs, giant like Kool-Aid or like Gatorade jug worth of beer, like the biggest beers I've ever seen in my life for $5. I'm not talking 16 ounces, 32 ounces, 48 ounces.
Shit though after you ate that in the spoiling sun, or no?
Nah, I was having a great time.
Nice.
Also, just getting middle of a work day, just getting into one. There's nothing that made me feel more alive than that, and also like
Cyclone, whatever.
a decent. No, I didn't have like a milkshake, but a good a good chunk of, fair food, carnival food.
No. I meant, did you go on the cyclone?
Oh no, the rides were shut down.
Okay.
There's nothing going on. It was
just
really just
food.
like food, weed, boardwalk,
Beach?
beers, boardwalk beach. So in great time, but I have this show in Brooklyn like 7:15, and not only do I have a show that I'm performing on, I'm also like working it, like I'm like handling the camera so people can get a tape on the show.
Oh, this is the show by Barclays Center on Atlantic Avenue.
Eastville Comedy Club.
Word, okay.
So days cut a little bit short and coming back. Also, like I'm not even like close to being in a presentable state of mind. Like I have a heavy crossfade going, even despite the 45-minute subway back to this place. So I'm like rolling out like disheveled, sunglasses on, sunburn going, heavy crossfade. It's like 6:30. I haven't eaten since the hot dog and cheese fries. And I'm supposed to be on this show in like 30 minutes. So I find there's like this shopping center right after you get off the subway. Apparently, I just learned that this time
at the Atlantic Avenue stop.
Yeah, like Barclays.
There's like a huge mall there.
Yeah. So I like find myself in some like Uniqlo trying to like, they don't even have dressing rooms. I don't even know my size. I'm like, I need to wear pants. Like I'm not about to perform in shorts. I need to wear pants. But I did. So I actually got a decent pair of chinos. They actually fit me well. It worked out. And I decided I'm going to snag like a little, like hot boy shorts, very tight, short shorts.
Nice.
Really
like
rock the junk.
5 inches.
Flex the back, flex the glutes, those types of shorts.
Flex the back. Okay.
Yeah, the back of the legs, the lower back, the cheeks.
The high quads.
Yes.
The high hams.
Exactly.
High hammies.
Yes, sir.
All right, nice.
Snag a pair of those, roll up to the place. Still not really where I should be. Hop across to the bodega. I was like, can I get a slice of coffee and a cup of pizza accidentally? And he's like, oh, so you got too drunk before your show?
Whoa, and he knew.
Called me out, pulled together, figure out the camera, kind of calm down a little bit, get the coffee in me, get the water in me. Great set. 9 minutes, great set.
Yeah.
Just like a sober person would have done.
Yeah.
Great set. So anyway, it was a solid day. A little bit of risk and concern that like I didn't compartmentalize enough to have my little midday playing hooky crossfade not affect my late night I'm a comedian thing going on, but it worked out. I did both, and I did both well.
Yeah, it's hard to sometimes balance though. Like at night, especially being at the comedy clubs when everybody is drinking. Like if you had a big day during the day, it's hard not to just continue through the night. Chances are, as soon as you show up at that comedy club, you're having a cocktail, whatever, and then you're kind of just moving in the direction of being too hammered the entire night.
I will say, I'm not a guy that ever likes to perform whilst under the influence of marijuana. But I'm a good drunk comic. I don't want to lean into that. I don't want to be that. But you know what? Drunk Peter's a good comic.
You don't drink? Do you drink on stage? Or
I don't
bring a beer on stage.
I don't bring a beer on stage because I think that's a bad look.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But sometimes I just happen to be drunk and I have a set. And frequently,
this particular time
it goes well. Yeah. It usually does. I don't really like to mess with that. Sometimes at like a mic, something like very low stakes, I'll get hammered just to see what comes out. But yeah.
Sounds like you had a great day, man. I'm happy you got out. Coney Island seems fun. I haven't been to the beach down there. I've been on the Cyclone, but like spending time on the boardwalk, I actually haven't done.
It felt like I was in Atlantic City. I kept the whole time thinking, I was like,
vibe.
I'm in Atlantic City. It's the same exact thing. Same exact people, same exact food, sand, water.
Like before we hopped on the podcast today, I was talking about how you and I definitely need to make a trip down there because I have never been to Atlantic City.
The thing about Atlantic City, the real Atlantic City and not Coney Island, is you're going to be like, let's go, let's have ourselves a day. And I'd be like, let's go. And then about 2 hours in maximum.
I'll be ready to go.
No. The casino is going to start screaming my name at the top of its lungs.
Well, but I thought that's what Atlantic City entails. Like
are you about that life?
I mean, yeah, to step into your world for a day, yes. I want to. I want to do that for you.
All right.
For us, rather.
It's not going to be quiet. It's going to be screaming my name at the top of its lungs.
Can you and I agree that we'll start off with the same amount of money, and if we lose it, we got to go, or if we get to a certain number, we got to stop. Otherwise, I think it's going to get crazy, right? Doesn't it get crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Do you go in with a mindset to a casino where you're like, okay, I'm I'm only losing X amount of money, and I'm gonna take my profits when I make this amount.
If I were were capable of walking away at the right time, I would have quit 7 years ago.
Right.
If I had that ability in me, which I do not, I would have quit a long time ago. So instead of trying to learn self-discipline, I tried to learn how to be good at it.
But let me ask you this, Peter. What else would we do if we went to Atlantic City?
I mean, I don't know, get hammered on the beach. If it's just the two of us, we can't really be playing spike ball.
Well, I was saying maybe we bring a few fans. If anyone who wants to come, you guys let us know. TedJonesWorld@gmail.com. I'm Peter Moran on MySpace. It could be a fun time.
I want everyone listening to know that I'm uncomfortable with referring to you as fans, but if you want to hang out and get torn to shreds with us on the beach in Atlantic City,
I'll be your
fan.
Thing. Seriously, we'll put Peter's phone number right here in the bottom line, so you guys just text that number. Exactly.
Holla at your boy.
And also, making a day trip to Atlantic City, besides going to the casino, would that be the only other thing you can do is go and drink on the boardwalk?
I would say. Are
there things to see?
I mean, I did a bachelor party in Atlantic City, and it was drink on the boardwalk and the beach, and drinking and gambling. Yeah, granted, it was a bachelor party, but we went to Atlantic City because it was a bachelor party.
It also could be a little bit too far just to go for the beach. You could go to Jones Beach, just an hour away, rather than 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
Atlantic City, right?
I mean, if in my ideal day at Atlantic City, it's that what I described is actually one of the greatest weekends ever. So that's it.
What do you mean? Your the bachelor party that you went to, or
yeah, okay. just a total blast. I think you want to be 4 or 5 people deep. But great time. But if you ever wanted to just go and just hit the tables, I mean, I'm happy
You're the guy to
Sherpa.
Okay.
All
right, great.
Yeah.
Well, that actually could be something fun, something valid for us to do.
Yeah. Maybe if any of these people emailing in, if you want to get you want to come to Atlantic City, get ripped up on the beach, do your thing. Maybe you got a question. Maybe we take care of it live. Maybe we do a little podcast on the beach. Who knows, man?
I'm excited for this summer and the travel podcast that we potentially have going on. Peter and I are going to be going to locations and then just filming there.
Yeah, I'm moving to New Zealand tomorrow.
Oh, okay, it's because of COVID. COVID is all clear down there.
Yeah,
I
wanted to
party
wait
without masks.
Yeah,
you wanted to wait till on air to tell me.
Yeah, sorry.
All right,
man.
well, I mean, we can still do virtual for a moment.
Yeah,
and we'll figure it out. We'll meet halfway. And
can we talk about the Gates divorce before we do this email?
Yeah, but what's in the middle of New Zealand? Why don't we just look at the goddamn map, Peter? So New Zealand and New York in the middle. We'll meet in Nigeria. Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about your boy Bill Gates, because this is a low-key crazy story, especially since he's been in the news the past 2 years figuring out how to move forward with this simulation, and he's a huge part of it, in this world simulation. And now his wife's like, I can't take it anymore. You're ruling the world. Just give me my 50 bill, and we'll go our separate ways. I won't say anything.
Yeah. So. You've heard me rant about the ultra wealthy on here several times, so obviously we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can get that rich without being a sociopath. She probably hated him because he was a sociopath. She's probably half sociopath just by being around him and all that money at this point. She probably had crazy rich sociopath family. She's probably almost there herself.
Well, do you mean that she's had sociopath rich family because of Bill Gates, or before that?
I read a brief article. I have no idea what kind of money she comes from, but I bet it's money because, he's a Harvard guy. He's already getting rich. That's just how it goes usually.
You said you read a brief article that said what?
About the two of them. It didn't give me a ton of info. I'm guessing that. But at this point, whatever. They've been together 27 years.
Yeah.
Stupid wealthy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they don't love each other. People like that don't have, you can't have a soul and $1 billion, let alone 100 bill. Even if you're in philanthropy, you're not a human being. You don't exist as a human. You don't face human struggle. That much money. Imagine never once in any context ever considering money in any decision that you make.
What level do you think that starts at then? I'll ask you that.
I mean, probably 100 mil, 50 mil for everything within remote reason, and then
50 mil, 100 mil.
Yeah, for anything within anything sub house, any trip, any activity, any item you want to purchase, you just get. But that
Also,
doesn't include like
but like if you never buy a house, man, like 50 to 100 mil would be fine. Like you can rent a house you can rent an apartment in New York City for $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
For how much is that? $240,000 a year.
Yeah.
Rent that shit for 10 years. It's $2 million.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing. You know, like
Right.
you don't have to plunk down 10 mil and then pay a mortgage on it and then keep that money frozen there for the entire time. Like you could just rent shit and then you can leave whenever you want. So is renting the move? Yeah.
The point
Sounds
is,
like it. Go ahead.
They have some
she has 50
they're getting
bill.
divorced, like whatever. I mean, here's the thing. I tweeted this when Bezos and Mackenzie broke up. I tweeted a different version of this again with Bill Gates. It's like the guy could have solved world hunger, but he divorced his wife, and that was literally more expensive.
13 divorces in the top 10 guys who are richest in the world. There were 13 divorces. So like some of them had 2. There's like one guy in there that hasn't gotten divorced.
How are you going to connect? How are you going to connect on any sort of human level when you don't exist as a human? You're so protected.
I think you have to marry before the fame and fortune.
Yeah, but
even
once
then
you
it didn't work.
Yeah, you got the money now, and it's like you're no longer human. You don't exist as a human being with that much money. You're not the same as us. It's not even close. You don't face the same stresses. It's like people doing fine. I consider money 1,000 times a day.
Do you think that there's a mindset switch though? Because if you think about it, these guys were at some point normal people. Even like a Mark Zuckerberg who became a billionaire when he was like 21 years old. He was normal when he was 19 and 20. And Jeff Bezos, well, I'm talking about normal in terms of he didn't have $75 billion. And same thing with Jeff Bezos when he was like 29, 30 years old. He was like working on his company. Yeah, his company was going to be huge, but he didn't get to that point yet. So do you think that there's a mindset switch or that they're naturally like that the entire time?
I think when you're a business person and you're getting that rich, I think that just like the whole focus of your life is like make the number bigger.
And the game takes over.
Yeah.
Right. Like you hit a certain number and you're like, oh, wow, like $5 bill is chill. $5 bill is definitely chill.
Yeah.
But like, be more chill? 10.
Yeah. And
what's better than 10? 100.
I don't even think it's as much about like, oh, I need to be richer. It's just like successful business is growth and improvement and higher revenue reports and stock share growth, etc. So I think, that's pretty much like all their minds focus on is solutions to how to make the number bigger.
Peter, so before we get to this listener email, was your roommate helpful after the saga that was the second COVID shot?
I mean,
because I offered to bring you fruit, did I not? True. Or Gatorade?
I appreciate that. He offered me some Tylenol, which was nice. I didn't need anything from him. Ass, man. I didn't want to suckle from his teat, so to speak.
I was also walking on the street before he gets this. I was walking on the street today, and somebody was talking shit about Buffalo. I was like, bro.
Did you murder him?
I was about to. He was like, oh, why are they located in Buffalo?
Wow.
He was talking about some corporate branch. He definitely wasn't talking about you.
M&T Bank.
But it was like like an episode of The Office being like those guys in Scranton. Mm-hmm. They just have like a branch in wherever it may be.
Look,
a suburb.
I hate him for that, and I hope he dies.
Yeah.
But
eventually he will.
When you're in New York, that's right. Tomorrow when I find him, die. This is for Josh Allen.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, you like this chicken wing, bitch?
Rookie card.
That choke on it.
It's lit. Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he doesn't sue us for saying that.
I hope he does.
You guys were talking shit about me on the pod. No, we weren't, bro. I literally said it's lit. That's it. Isn't it good?
Unless Travis Scott was the guy that was talking about Buffalo, in which case, yeah, we were threatening your life.
Yeah. You're right. Actually, yes. We'll go back to that. If he was that guy, sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this email before I have to kill Travis Scott.
Go ahead.
All right.
My guy. With that variety coffee with whole milk. Variety coffee. Sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Kelly, 24. Irreconcilable Differences, she titles it. Woo! Hi, guys. Thanks for the pod. It's been the soundtrack to my commute. Awesome. My question is short and sweet. My boyfriend and I have opposing political ideologies. All right. We get past it, but my friends who think like I do argue with him constantly, and he gets really bothered. Is it impossible in this day and age for people with different political beliefs to be together? Sincerely, Juliet.
Does it say a city there or no?
No.
Okay, so I think now, so yes, but like when Trump was president, maybe not.
Yeah.
It was so hard for like 4 years for people to talk about politics and not go like head to head when they're discussing Trump and like anyone who opposes Trump, because Trump is just such a polarizing figure, especially for the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. So now I'd say that like people can still talk shit about Joe Biden. They don't like what Joe Biden's doing, whatever the taxes or maybe like immigration laws or whatever his policies are that you may not like. I think it was just so different when Trump was president, because the rhetoric that Trump put forth was so negative, man, and so fucking mean that like if anyone realistically liked them, I myself would not take that person seriously. I'd be like, what about, this guy, cool, he has good policies, but he's such a butthead. He's so mean that I don't understand how you could vote for him. Yes, he's doing these certain things right, but like even the people who are closest to me in my life, like I knew some Trumpers where I was just like, how can you think like that? You know what I mean? So I think now it is easier to date someone with different political views just because there isn't someone in charge has such a strong ego and rhetoric and whatever. Mm-hmm. But in the past, I might say that you couldn't be together, a Trump supporter and a non-Trump supporter if it was this time like 2 years ago or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's probably easier now, but I think there's still a lot of residual division, and the parties are just more partisan than before.
That's also true.
That's probably bad phrasing, but the point is,
no, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad phrasing.
Well, this is what I'll say.
Sure.
Call me crazy, but if you literally have opposite political beliefs, you probably don't actually believe the things you believe.
I'd also be curious to know like how two 24-year-olds really have that opposing political beliefs when they're both probably not making, over six figures or whatever, or thinking about tax laws or immigration's effect on their business, stuff like that. I
mean, I think...
I don't mean to be rude.
I think I think the youth can absolutely be called into question. I don't think the income... I don't think you need to be making a certain amount of money to have input on like your appreciation for policies, like
okay. Well, maybe in the past with stimulus checks, you don't think?
I mean, what was really the disagreement? Everyone wants money,
right? We talked about that.
Who was like, really don't send the stimmy checks? It's like, no, give me my racks.
We'll give you like more money in the stimmy checks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if I were to guess though, you probably don't. What do you mean?
Like, what is her issue with her boyfriend, though?
She said it's fine, but her friends are always starting arguments with him. This is what I would think. If your friends are always arguing with him, he probably had, like, I'm making some assumptions, but as a dude, he's probably more on the right. If you and your friends all agree on the same thing, it's probably more on the left. And you probably don't hold too firmly to those beliefs or care too much about them if you don't care that the person you're dating thinks completely differently. Because if you did, even on like a lighter level, like you're gonna disagree with the logic behind it. You're gonna disagree with the way he forms his opinions if they're the complete opposite of yours. Like it doesn't make sense that someone thinks the complete opposite of you and you're like, yeah, I really like that person. Not saying one is right and one is wrong. I'm just saying that if someone is the complete opposite of you and
it doesn't sound like it's
and you want to be with them, then you probably just don't really actually believe the things you believe and feel firmly about them. You probably just don't care, and your friends do, / like they're not as involved because they're not sleeping with the guy, so they're more outspoken about it. I don't think the drama is going to stop. I don't think the arguments are going to stop. If you want to be with the guy, but you have to admit to yourself that like the so-called opposite beliefs that you hold, you probably don't hold that deeply, if we're being honest.
Also, I don't think your friends should really affect your relationship if it's like political beliefs.
Right. I can see how that's annoying and both people being bothered by it for sure. But like, I don't think it's going to stop if these conversations are coming up and again, it's opposite, as you say. Yeah, that's like the number one thing people argue about. So it's probably going to be annoying, and you should probably figure out what you actually think. Because if you're capable of being with someone who is theoretically the opposite, then I would really, really think about what you actually believe and whether or not you actually believe that, or you just like sure.
The old saying goes, "Opposites attract," but It might be a little bit different these days, Peter.
Yeah, I've never been in agreement about the opposites attract.
Yeah,
to be
maybe
honest.
for like a couple of weeks I have been like intrigued by an opposite.
Yeah, maybe opposites can complement, but I don't know that like, hey, I think all your opinions are stupid. Attracts.
Yeah, that's something that definitely won't work. Peter Moran to the left of myself on the couch, and guys, do not forget new episodes of the Ted Jones World Podcast with Peter Moran on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, basically everywhere there are podcasts. Monday, 12 a.m. and Thursday, 12 a.m. We will see you guys, and next time, later.